Okay, so this is a situation where you get surrounded by the police on all sides, and you're very vulnerable for raids and arrest. This is a situation that we will be putting ourselves in. The question here is, does the marathon have a response to police violence should they decide to raid the camp as a result of being kettled in?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the term kettled in, and I can't imagine this. Okay, I do not believe there's going to be any so-called, quote, police violence. Do we have a policy on that? Well, the answer is we don't, because we have never imagined it. We're a race, for God's sake. We're here to put on fun. I mean, our goal is to put on the best day for everybody who participates. That includes the runners, the walkers, the wheelchair people, our volunteers, the families that are coming to watch these people. I mean, running a marathon's running a marathon. I can guarantee you it's a challenge and it's an accomplishment. So, I mean, it's hard. I can't imagine it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. A deal's a deal, guys. I mean, you know, we're all acting in good faith here. And I know you guys are, and I know you support us. And so, you know, let's all work cooperatively and together.
I'd like to follow up on that. Based upon the meetings that the city, Portland Marathon and Occupy Portland were at today, we saw no hostility, no contentiousness, and what the question that I was asked earlier was if there is an incident of police violence or an arrest, does the Portland Marathon have an official policy? And the answer is, because those are so situational on a one-on-one basis, no, we don't have a policy, and those would have to be judged according to their own facts. So all we're doing is saying that we don't foresee that, and as far as we know, there aren't any plans to do anything like that.
I have a question for you.
Okay,
can I?
Actually, that fellow in the back had his hand up, and then we'll take yours. Go ahead.
Before we get started, I just want to say,
My microphone is flashing.
to honor the time of the Portland Marathon, we said we'd ask for half an hour. We are at half an hour.
Let's
Okay.
have a conversation, guys. That's what we're here for.
Please, please limit. Please try and limit your comments to questions that we can answer with these people here, and not repeat each other. If you've already asked one question, please refrain from asking another question so other people can get their voices heard. Thank you.
Okay. I would like to say I do not feel that you've made a compelling argument to justify putting up the curtains around us. In that light, where have you shown that you're willing to make any compromise with us?
Well, for one thing, we're willing to put a gate in two areas where there are no gates and no access, and a third gate so that we can safely make sure you guys can be here or can go on out to do whatever you're doing.
We have a right to do that anyway.
Okay. All right, I'm going to take a stack.
Hold on, you're going to give me a chance to speak, sir? I have something important for you. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
It sounds like to me.
It sounds like to me.
And also a couple of my peers.
And also a couple of my peers.
That rather than a compromise. You're giving us an ultimatum.
You're giving us an ultimatum.
To either leave the park in your secure zone.
To either leave the park in your secure zone.
Or be escorted out.
Or be escorted out. We're not doing that. We are compromising with you guys. Because if you want to stay in the park, that's a decision you guys are going to make. What I'm saying is, this is a critically secure area, okay? Critically secure. And we have to do that in order to maintain the safety of all of the participants, including yourselves. So we are accommodating. I mean, I'm sorry if we're not going as far as you would like, but the complete disaster happens when everybody else tries to get in as well. Okay, and that cannot possibly happen. We just can't let that happen because people follow each other, right? And we all look kind of the same, only different. So we can't tell who's going to be living in the park and who's not living in the park. We won't know that. So we're doing the best to make an accommodation, we're going to, as I understand it, there'll be people from your group that will be working with people from our group, but that's the choice you decide to ultimately make. Unfortunately, safety concerns are obviously a priority for us, and I know they're probably a priority for you guys too, because nobody wants to get hurt here.
Okay, I'm going 2 right here.
Okay, so how are the...
Mic check.
I don't want to do that. How are the
Repeat the question.
entrances in and out of the park going to be policed or watched? Like, who's going to be there watching who goes in and out?
As a practical matter, on Saturday night, we always hire a security company. Okay, first of all, the question was, who's going to be watching who goes in and out? Well, obviously, we're going to have volunteers posted at 5th Avenue, 4th Avenue, and up here at the corner of the park to assist with that process. And as I understand it, y'all are going to have some folks who are going to be identified as assisting with that process too, so that we're all working cooperatively with that, okay? Other than that, I can't really give you, I know we'll have our volunteers there, and, people working the event and so forth. And then, of course, the participants and stuff. And we always have police presence here, because we always have police presence here. I mean, but it's not, we're not trying to lock you in, guys. I mean, literally, we've been planning this since October 10th of last year. Yes, sir.
We've got a stack. We need number 3.
Mic check.
Mic check.
First of all, I deeply respect the Portland Marathon.
First of all, I deeply respect the Portland Marathon.
Thank you.
Second of all, I am wondering
Second of all, I'm wondering
why all of this apparatus, especially the black tarps, is necessary. Has there been a legitimate security threat at any point?
The answer is yes, there has. I'm not going to go into the details, but over the last 28 years, we've developed this process to ensure the security of everybody. We put blackout curtains there so that we make sure people aren't getting curious and trying to press their way into places, and they keep moving, because we need to keep the finishers moving down the street, Get them out of here. Obviously, we want them out and where they're supposed to go, with their families and so forth, and hook up with them, because that's what they're interested in too. That's why. It's pure security, and yes, we do everything for a reason in this event.
Okay, I'm sorry I messed up. There's 3, 4, 5, and then we'll do another round of stack.
Mic check.
Mic check.
If we choose to march or participate in your marathon during the time of your marathon, can you guarantee the safety and protection of what we leave here?
Probably not. I mean, it's going to be inside a fence where nobody's allowed to get into it. So I have to imagine it'll probably be probably safer on that day than any other day of the week, would be my guess.
Okay. So 4, 5, and then we'll do another round of stack. 2 more questions until the next round.
Mic check.
Mic check.
I understand that you don't want people going back and forth. But can we please pass goods and food between people?
Well, could you clarify that a little bit? What do you mean passing? What are you talking about exactly?
I would like to pass food to the protesters from the outside of the fence.
If you guys, okay, the question was, if somebody wants to go out and get food and pass it back inside, if you got somebody going up there waiting for it, I guess that's your business.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
What I would like to say though, and this is key, the problem is we're going to have a lot of people moving, so you've got to be mindful of the fact that they've just run 26 miles. They're probably not in the best shape they've ever been in, or maybe they are in the best shape they've ever been in. But the point is they're not thinking about it, because our goal is for those folks to show up and not have to think about anything except beating the crap out of themselves while running. okay? And they should not have to worry about traffic out on the course or anywhere else. You know, that includes trains, planes, automobiles, random, you name it. So, you know, as long as the integrity of the operation and the safety and security of everybody is maintained, I think that's a mutual goal we all share, actually.
Okay, we're gonna do another round of 5 stack, starting with the woman in the hat here.
Hey.
Oh shit.
Mic check.
Mic check. Here you go.
I'm just trying to clarify.
I'm just trying to clarify.
That I understand correctly.
That I understand correctly.
We can stay in the park.
We can stay in the park.
And if we leave just on Sunday.
And if we leave just on Sunday.
We can't come back till the afternoon.
We can't come back till the afternoon.
But we can come back.
But we can come back.
Public park, you know, once the race is over, believe it or not, that's it. I mean, once we start tearing down, we just turn the park back over to everybody that's still.
I skipped stack, I put out 5. Okay, we're not. No. Okay. Can I grab?
Mic check. Mic check. Mic check.
Mic check.
To what extent?
4 degrees.
Would our peaceful occupation as it stands right now
Would our peaceful occupation as it stands right now
get in the way or be a hindrance to
get in the way or be a hindrance to
the Portland Marathon?
the Portland Marathon?
It all depends on how you define the term. If you don't interfere with operations and everything goes smoothly, then obviously it's not a problem. It's only a problem if people decide they want to do something different. Let me give you an illustration, okay? We're very serious about, we don't let anybody just wander around in this area because we have so much going on race day that we limit where people can go. And when I say the people I'm talking about aren't you guys, we're talking about the people that are the organizers, the volunteers and so forth, okay? They're limited to being in here to do a specific job. If they aren't authorized to do that job or they don't need to be here, they're not authorized in here because there's too much going on. A lot of moving parts happening all at the same time. So the fact is, if we can coexist peacefully, which I think I have absolutely no reason to believe we cannot. I mean, there are people in this group who are running the Portland Marathon on Sunday, okay? So you want to support your friends. And God knows they need your support. They'll appreciate it, let me tell you. Okay, so I don't know if I'm answering your question, but the bottom line is, as long as operations aren't impacted, we're not impacted.
Awesome. Okay, we got
the general happening around us.
The general happening around us.
Because we won't know.
Because we won't know
what's going on.
What's going on.
So that we just can know where we are or where traffic is moving. So we can know where we are or where traffic is moving.
So we can know.
Okay, I think I understand the question. Is somebody going to be talking to you with the black? Okay, let me tell you what it looks like down here on Sunday, all right? We're going to have a scaffolding that's probably 40 feet high over here at the finish line. There are going to be huge speakers up there because every single participant in the Portland Marathon is acknowledged by name as they come across the line, okay?
Yay. Good for them.